What's up guys and welcome, it's InfernoKun here with a Game of Thrones discussion for episode 4 and beyond. This discussion is going to be about Cotter, the Wildling, and whether or not he is a friend or an enemy, if he can actually be trusted in the episodes to come, because in episode 3 you found out that he's actually a Wildling who was mistaken as a regular thief, and he was sent to the wall to basically serve in the Night's Watch. Now, for the most part, we have him actually revealing himself to be a Wildling, only to Gared, and nobody else in the Night's Watch actually knows that, because if they did, they would probably end him very slowly and painfully. So we have that little secret against him. Now, whether or not that's actually revealed to Frostfinger or maybe Jon or Finn, will it actually reveal? I feel like that won't be. They won't know, because I feel like the reason they're gonna leave because Frostfinger is calling for Gared. They know about him, so Cotter might be using that as a, excuse to slip away, and he wants to go ahead and take Gared with him. Now, having Cotter there, whether you trust him or not, Cotter is the closest advantage we have to figuring out, where the North Grove is and how we can get there. Now, he's offered protection because basically he's a Wildling. He knows the outside of the wall better than most people, because Wildlings live outside the wall, and so he knows how the terrain, he knows about it, and Gared has the map to finding the North Grove. Now, he seems to know about all the mess, all of the information about it, so we can actually help that out. Now, whether his intentions to help Gared out is out of true friendship, which I doubt, because in Game of Thrones, you can never trust anybody because they will betray you for their own advantage, their own gain. And whether or not, Cotter will actually just help Gared out of true, friendship for his house or whatever, that is highly unlikely, and I don't see that happening. Now, the North Grove is said to be kind of like a forest inside of a forest with, random stuff like ice dragons and stuff that actually may help out House Forrester in the future. Now, for the most part, we have Cotter over here. He's a Wildling, and he's basically helping out Gared for no gain to himself, just to help him out. Now, he wants to get back to his people. Now, the North Grove, as I said many times, it is something big that can help out House Forrester. What if Cotter were to find the North Grove, because Gared has the map, so he can help. He's probably using Gared for that map. What if, Cotter were to betray Gared in that situation? Now, he probably wants to use the North Grove to help out the Wildlings in taking over the wall, taking over Castle Black, so they can actually succeed in that case. So they can actually, have the acceptance of Mance Rayder and rise to the top that way by finding the North Grove and be appreciated among the Wildlings. So he could actually be a nice guy, a true friend, and he could might die for you, might help you out of sheer friendship or something like that. But I don't see that happening. I see betraying being the most likely case for him, at least, because he isn't you would say, a trustworthy person. He steals from you, like he stole from you, and he stole from Finn, and he kept this a secret the whole time. I don't trust Wildlings at all. I barely even like Ygritte, or her name was, that Wildling girl that Jon fell in love with. Ygritte, I can't say her name, forgot her name, but yeah, I barely even trusted her, and I do not trust Wildlings because they are just, they're like, their sole purpose is to take over Castle Black and take over the wall and get past the wall. So that's their purpose. Why would someone like Cotter just be like, hey Gary, we're friends, we've been in, you didn't switch me out to Finn, so we're pretty much friends, I'm gonna help you out and find this, North Grove and help your house out for no reason at all. I don't see that happening. I see him actually betraying, Gared at first light. Maybe even, I would actually like it if, he would die for Gared. Probably be like, they probably fight some White Walkers to actually get to the destination, and he actually dies for Gared. I don't see that happening that much, but, it all depends on what Cotter actually feels like doing. But if he feels like it can go down, he can actually die for Gared, or he can actually betray Gared so he can use the North Grove to help out his people in succeeding and taking over Castle Black, so he can have the acceptance of Mance Raider and be appreciated. So tell me your thoughts about that. It's pretty interesting on this whole thing because we're having some guy out of nowhere who wants to help you out in finding the North Grove, and he believes in all these rumors and myths and everything else. So it sounds too good to be true having this guy. I know in episode 3 you can actually go ahead and deny him actually coming with you, be like, hey, I want to do this alone, which I feel like it's getting really good because we have this guy who wants to protect you. He knows that, you know, you're going out by yourself with all these White Walkers and wildlings around you. You won't survive. You will not survive. But having Cotter there with you, a wildling who knows the terrain, knows everything about the North Grove, everything about the area beyond the wall, that's kind of a bit more advantage than going out alone. But it also is kind of risky because he could betray you in the future. So it's kind of getting to that point. So comment down below, do you trust Cotter or not? I kind of trust him a little bit. I kind of want to actually, I will bring him along with me to the North Grove to help me out, but I feel like if it came down to him betraying me, I'm kind of scared about that. So tell me your guys' thoughts about that. Tell me what you think about Cotter. I think he's a pretty cool friend. I kind of like, he's kind of sympathetic a little bit. He kind of like, after he told him that you're a wildling, he's like, are we still friends? He's kind of a bit like, you know, like, he isn't like all the other wildlings. He isn't all violent and, you know, mean. So in that case, I do trust him more than I would trust a regular wildling out of nowhere. So tell me your thoughts about him, tell me everything about him, and tell me your opinions and everything else. So the guys watching this have been InfernoKun here with a Game of Thrones discussion. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. This has been InfernoKun. Subscribe for more, and I'm out.